Good morning, good morning,
Good
good
morning.
morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Coach Smile, and we'd like to welcome you to our call. So we meet every morning from Monday through Friday to share ideas that we know will be impactful to your business. And this morning we're very blessed. And what I'd like to do is turn the call over to Ms. Kim Long. And Kim will introduce our guest speaker.
Good morning, everybody.
You,
We are truly in for a wonderful, wonderful experience today. Our speaker has so much experience with training and helping and supporting not only all of our two-legged friends, which would be humans, but four-legged friends that are horses. She is an amazing person, like the animal whisperer when it comes to horses and being able to help individuals with their health and strengthening their spiritual needs as well. She's just a phenomenal person. I want to leave as much time as possible for this dynamic individual. Make sure you have a pen and paper because she is going to regale us with so much information that is powerful. She's a go-getter, and she is the person that we need to absolutely glean as much information as possible from. I introduce to you Miss Carol McCarthy.
Wow, Kim, thank you. And thank everyone for allowing me to speak today. I hope that what I say will make a difference for everyone. Some of it is very deep. It's a very deep conversation. And in the beginning, I'm going to be talking about your personal why. And then tomorrow, we're going to relate this to our business and how it will affect the business. So I want to speak about myself a little bit first. In 1994, in a training, I actually invented myself. I created my why. And I invented myself as the possibility of powerful lives and dreams fulfilled. And this guides all of my actions. I'm really clear that when I die, or if you ask somebody about me, even now, people are clear that that is what my life is for. Whether it's training, teaching a horse how to move better, teaching a rider how to be responsible for the future they create on a 1,500-pound animal, or helping someone start a business. So I want to reiterate that this is actually a potentially very deep conversation. It's about how you see the world. It's about how you shape your world. It's about how people see you. And it's about how you're 100% responsible for the results you produce in life and business. Sometimes we think we have to learn the facts, but really it's about how you, and it's your why and how it causes you to be a certain way in the world. It's what causes you to see the world in a particular way. Sometimes, I've gone to horse shows and I've seen people ride horses and trainers have their clients ride horses in a very bad way. But I feel like, okay, that's really good news because they're successful in their business and they're obviously seeing the world in a way that even though the methodologies they're using may not be awesome, they're producing the results because of their belief system. This weekend I went to an art show and we saw art that was absolutely incredible from a painter who was, it was amazing. Every single hair on the animals he painted was visible. And the paintings were enormous, and they were only $1,300. In another booth, there was a photographer who had artwork about the same size, and his artwork was selling for $1,300. How's that possible? How does a painter who spends hours and days and maybe even a week doing a piece of art sell it for $1,300, and the photographer makes a photograph and then makes copies of that photograph and sells them for $1,300. It's because of the way they view the world. And the way you view the world will give you your why. So I'm going to say something that may be a little bit familiar to some of you and may be unfamiliar to some of you. I'm going to say that there is no is about the way the world is. There's no is about the way things are. We think it's real, but actually I'm going to suggest that we live in an occurring world. The world that you see, the world that you live in, is how the world occurs for you. And how the world occurs for you changes your view of the world. It shapes your beliefs. It informs your decisions. It shapes your way of being. It determines who we attract and how those people relate to us. So I'm going to tell a little bit like an example of how that works. Let's say that you are getting ready to go on a vacation. You're going to go on a cruise. And you spend months planning the cruise. You buy all the clothes that you want to have. You make sure your kids are taken care of. You're sure that you get your time off of work at the right time so you can do your vacation. And you're super, super excited about it. And you're talking to your friends about it. It's the only thing you can think of. And then you go on the vacation, you have a wonderful time, and it's like 2 days before the vacation is over. And now you start thinking about work. You start thinking about how hard it's going to be when you go back, all the things that you have to do, maybe the things you have to catch up with your children. You're sorry that the vacation is going to be over. And really nothing's different vacation, but it's how the world occurs to you. It shapes your way of being. And I'm going to suggest that if you can really see that it's not true how the world is, it's not true how you may think about yourself, that you can change it, that you can reinvent yourself, that you can approach people, that once you change your point of view and you're able to see something differently, you're actually in a new world, and you will produce new results. Invite everybody to do a little exercise right now. If you're driving, you won't be able to do it, but you can listen and do it later. And this exercise works 100% of the time. Some of you may have done it, and some of you, it may show you something very new. So you're going to take your hands and you're going to have your palms facing towards each other about maybe 5 inches from each other. And I want you to close your eyes and concentrate on your hands and the feeling that you have between your hands. Maybe you're going to feel a little spark between your hands. Maybe you're going to feel that there's actually like a cloud or a pillow between your hands. And if you try to move them towards each other, you can actually feel a resistance or something that is real there that you never noticed before. So really feel that. Decide in your mind what you are feeling. Later on, I'm going to have people share a little bit about that. And then put your hands back down. Now I want you to take your hands and put them much further away. So you're going to start out where you were. You're going to feel that same feeling. And you're going to start to move your hands away from each other. And notice that you can still feel that energy between your hands. And the further away you move your hands, you can still feel that energy. And the purpose of this exercise is many-fold, but one of the purposes is that maybe that was something you never felt before. Maybe you didn't realize that we are energetic beings. Maybe you didn't realize that you can change that energy. That's what attracts people to you or has people not be attracted to you, is the way that you are being. And now the world will occur to you a little differently because you've been able to feel something new. So I'm going to share another story with you. I lived with a woman who was deaf for a couple of years. And she only stayed in one room in the house because she really didn't have a very active life, and she spent most of her life in one bedroom. And she had a plant in the living room, and the plant was a bamboo plant. So it was in water, didn't require anything else besides the water. And I lived there for a year at that time, and the plant had never grown. She broke her back and had to go into a rehab. And while she was in rehab, I sat in the living room and talked on the phone and sat next to the plant and watched TV and read books. And during that 6-week period of time, the plant, having the same environment, only the water, grew about 6 inches. It was amazing. The plant grew 6 inches. How did it do that? It was because of the energetic field that I was emitting. It was because of how I was being around the plant. And when she came back and I stopped going into the living room and she didn't go in the living room and she was in her bedroom, the plant actually stopped. So the way that we perceive the world, the way that the world is perceived by us, the way we are perceived by the world, it actually changes who we attract. It actually changes our ability to bring people into our business. And so I'm inviting you to be, to be 100% responsible for the results that you produce in your life, for the way that you see the world, to really see that your why is bigger than how you're going to run your Care Beyond business. It is how you're going to run your Care Beyond business. We're always the way that we see the world and the effect that we're having on other people, even though we may not realize it. So your why shapes your world. It shapes the way you see your world. It shapes the way the world occurs for you. It shapes the way people react to you. It shapes the decisions you make. And then, how do people know your why? You make a declaration. I'm really inviting all of us at some point in time to make a declaration on this call, what our why is, so that other people on the call can relate to each other, relate to you as your why, and not the world occurs for you, but the way you have invented the world for you, your new world. And when we all relate to you that way, it will become extremely powerful. And when you tell the people on your team, and when you tell the people who you are inviting into your business, your why, and the words that come out of your mouth are related to your why instead of your reasons or the way the world already occurs to you automatically, but instead the way you have invented yourself to be, then you will be able to create something new, because in the world, in the quantum field, everything exists everywhere, all of the time. All we have to do is dial into clearly the world that we want to create and make a declaration and work on our way of being and have integrity and make sure that our way of being is aligned with the declaration that we have made about how the world is going to be for us, our why, then we actually create a whole new world. And in the way that we relate to people, we create new worlds for the people around us as well. So I want to invite people to share a little bit about that exercise and talk about how it changed your perception of the world and how you can affect the world by the way that you're perceiving it and the way that you're being. If there's anybody who wants to share, then unmute yourself and please do so.
Thank you, Carol. That was a very, very powerful presentation, and I really, really appreciate that. Even though I wasn't able to conscientiously take my hands off the wheel, I did feel the steering wheel a little bit stronger in my hands when doing that exercise, so I appreciate that. But that was very, very powerful.
Thank you. Thank you. You can try it at home. It's you know, you have to ask yourself maybe, was that real or did I just imagine it? But I promise you, it's actually real in the world you're creating.
No, and I really appreciate that. You know, the power of energy is incredible. The power of attraction.
Well, you are dynamic at that, Chris. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Anyone else?
Carol, I want to tell you, I have
I know sometimes, I think because it's raining in this area, it's some people don't have really great connections right now.
Okay. Well, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Thought I was muted. Listen, I want to thank you so very much for sharing how this exercise you did shows about our ability to have intention to create. And the energy that emits, it's kind of like we talked about this in the past. And, you know, when you walk in a room, you're aware of how people are, some people they're comfortable around them, other people are like, you know, the room. And the fact that you're sharing with us a way for us to create an environment where people are going to not only want to be around us, they're going to want to know what it is that we have, because it's a healing. What you're expressing is definitely an opportunity for change in some way. People think, thank you so much for bringing that to our attention here. It's very, very powerful. It helps us stay focused. I've been doing it myself for years, and you know, sometimes you forget to do it. And I appreciate you bringing that to my attention so much for that.
Thank you. Anyone else?
By the way, Carol, I just wanted to reiterate that they are having the luncheon today at the Golden Corral on Kirkman Road. I reconfirm that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate
everybody.
that.
Good morning. I think
Good morning.
Jeez, I was having a great discussion with my phone. Just the two of us. We were having a ball. And then Chris jumped in and I went like, why are you doing me that? I realized, you know, I had to unmute. Okay, here we are. You know, I think about the fact that when I think of the power of two hands, you think about Sunday morning, Monday morning being in church, and you lift your hands to the Father. And in lifting your hands, you give all things unto Him. And when we just hold our hands up, you think about the power that is gathered within the body. And you focus upon that, and you realize that if you focus into that space, whatever you project within that space is achievable. See, why would you raise your hand? Why would you give unto the Father all things? And as you expand your hands, what I see, or what I receive is what He has given unto you. Because the wider your hands get, the more He gives you. And if you haven't done the exercise yet, I would be in a hurry to do it, because you want to absorb all that he has to give you. So as you expand it, you just let go and let God. And everything that's within that realm is given on.
Thank you. Amen. You better do it. Do it now. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. You're on the right track. And Carol, thank you. But finish. Go ahead, Chris.
All things are yours, but you know, the only reason that you have not is because you ask not. Why have you not asked? Why have you not lifted your hands and let go and let God give unto you what is yours this day? You know, Carol took us through a very broad path when she talked about that bamboo tree. See, some people think, I can't do it. And at the end of the day, they get exactly what they expected. Nothing.
Right.
And some people just know that they can. See, I have an advantage over most people. I happen to know that. Okay? And she's married to bouncing, bubbly, bodacious Bob. But when you get into a room with live energy, when she walks into the room and there's that generation of energy, she knows who she is, she knows what she is, she knows that she can do everything. She has her why because she's deadly focused on where she's going. If you just think for a minute, just start small, as she said. Just start small and look at what he's given you. You know, he's given you everything. Why? Are you worthy? Have you done what you need? And then he expands your territory. They said in the prayer of Jabez that he just said, expand my territory. All his kids before him. But Jabez asked to expand my territory. The Lord gave it unto him. Let me step down, because if I go any further, we'll be here the rest of the morning. But I thank you, Carol.
Awesome. Thank you.
Where you took me this morning. I was planning to just have a peaceful morning, just listen to the words and enjoy. But where you took me this morning, I know that there are people on this line this morning that need to just start small and let go of themselves into that arena that falls between their hands and realize that everything is given unto them, and all they have to do is say, thank you! Thank you! Thank you! If you start
That's
small,
right.
give unto you more than you can handle. He always is able. Your why not? Why not you? Why not you? No, why is so big. But some of us are just afraid to have it. Some of us just keep saying, no, it's not me. No, it's not me. They want to say war. They want to stay in that room like that lady did. They don't want to come out and enjoy the rest of the world. She had a big house, but wanted to stay in a little room. And the plant did just like her. Until energy walked in. Life came to be. And then it realized, hey, there's a lot more here than just being just little old me. Hey, let me just grow a little bit. Let me take a look at what's here. Oh, let me purvey what the Lord has given. So whether you be a bamboo plant or whether you be vibrant, dynamic, energetic Carol, all things are possible if you let go. Let God. I'm out.
Amen.
Amen. So I really want to chime in on that because, you talk about our why when you began the call today. And I want to share with all of you my passion and my why just quickly because it's huge. And, I believe very strongly that the things that we focus on the most makes a difference. And I want to have as many people focusing on the intention. And my vision is to be able to take these products and use them as a way to not only fund a prison program that we've had for years, but also to be able to implement them into the prison to stop the opioid crisis, so that when individuals get out of prison, they're making right choices. I've been working on this for 10 years, and we have had a tremendous success with our first class 8 years ago. They're actually checking recidivism levels to confirm what we already know to be true, but they're confirming it. And, I feel very strongly that if we know what our why is, just like we know what Carol she is and what her presence is, my why is about creating change in a positive way for people that have made wrong choices and how they can find the tools necessary to make right choices so that they don't become victimized or do they victimize other people in the future. I feel that this company is the tool not only financially but also the product to be able to create that change. I love you guys. I hope you see the vision for what your why is and how this can bring that about. Because I know mine is coming to fruition because it's been shown to me. All these things are coming into place, and it's about moving forward with intention. And that's what Carol brought to today, is how to create that intention and to create positive change. Thank you so much for that, Carol. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And
I'm
I
sorry.
know we only had one.
Just speak into the phone a little more, Kim, please.
Well, I would like to respond to that. There's only 1 minute left, I know, but I had spoken about a week ago about how my life was already orchestrated, and it was Kim who enrolled us into the business. And for me, Kim, your stay blessed. I want to be around someone who are blessed and are blessing them with their presence, and that is you. And that is why I'm here. So thank you for that. And from that, I know you're going to build this prison program, and it's going to be amazing, and that will, there are other avenues that will go out into. But it is your way of being and the world that you create when you walk into a room that people feel blessed. It's magic.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I shouldn't say this, but I'm jealous.
Oh, awesome. What's that? You are the creator of this. You are the creator of the space, Pastor Chris. We are all here together in the space that you are creating with your point of view, with the possibility that you're generating, and your way of being is creating the space for all of this to occur. And Coach.
To God be the glory. To God be the glory.
We are so blessed to have people that are able to share.
I forward to seeing Kim this morning and giving her a nice big hug and a squeeze. So to God be the glory.
Okay, I got time for one more share. Alex, somebody from New York, come on. Let's hear New York, my God. Peter, what's happening? Albert, what's happening? Are you guys asleep?
No, we're not asleep, Coach. We're here. I just wanted someone else to speak because I'm always speaking. But Carol did an excellent job for sure.
Okay, this is Alice. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Carol, for that exercise, for excellent sharing that you did this morning. When I did the exercise, I felt warmth between my hands. And at first, when you said to move it apart, it seemed like it was getting colder. So I just started all over again, and then it continued into that warmth. And that reminded me of, my heart, I've always loved to help people. So to me, that warmth meant love and sharing that love to whomever. And we always say, your words create your world, and your why, as you're saying, is going to create that world. And to me, my warmth in my hands, I'm spreading that love to people and caring to people and helping them to get rid of their pain and in helping them put money in their pocketbook, as Coach says. So I thank you so much.